right. Hey.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm over on another page really fast trying to make sure we are there.
I'm not sick anymore. Or at least I don't think I'm sick anymore.
Oh, I can hear the music again.
Yeah.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
How is everybody? Hello.
Have a descent of my family.
Becky's not in here.
No, that summons Becky. Like, that summons her. That and, like, Becky freaking...
Actually, she's going to come in and go, fuck you!
She loves freaking Wendy's. Like, we used to go to Wendy's all the time. Like, I got burned out on Wendy's there for a minute. I got burned out on Indian food because of her. And I love Indian food. I'm about ready to get Indian food again because it's fucking awesome. But it's... What?
Hi!
Oh my God. Isn't it like 5 in the morning?
I don't know.
It's got to be 5. That's amazing. Vice is here watching us. This is awesome.
Oh. You got 1, 2. And it's a Winnebago giraffe.
It's a Winnebago giraffe. Giraffe.
Hello.
Will a giraffe get drafted?
No.
If the war starts? I'm curious.
I don't think so. I think their necks might be like...
No, I think a giraffe would actually work well in World War II. No joke.
This is awesome.
I got a giraffe.
Okay, now you need to bring it stateside. And we are both going to be giraffes at some point. I don't care. It will happen.
Oh. I'm tired.
I was being lazy, so I was like,
yeah,
I might as well like match my makeup to this motif. There's also a yellow happy face that you can't even see.
I barely took a shower like 3 hours ago, I mean. No, about 2 hours ago today.
Yeah, it's 5 in the morning, puts on sunglasses. Time means nothing to me. Takes a bite out of a juicy peach.
I want a peach.
No, I want a peach. Drafted.
I'm telling you, it'd be awesome.
Nadine, what's up? That was loud. Wow. I created feedback.
Did you?
Yeah. I will send you the brand. I used it on both my lips and my eyes.
Yeah.
And then blended it out. He's wearing I slept all day.
I slept all day and I tried to sleep even more. And then she was like, let's go on dog walks. And I was like, I just want to sleep.
But you like those dogs.
I don't mind those dogs.
Those dogs are awesome.
With the wonky legs and everything like that.
I love Stella. She's awesome.
She's nice.
All right, so we're finishing up our show, our stuff on Little Bundy Foo Foo.
Little Bundy Foo Foo. Get in the bug. No. All you see is Bundy Foo Foo's ears above the steering wheel. That's it, because he's short. By the way, there is a shitty kitty in the room right now.
Where's the shitty kitty?
She's underneath the couch. She's peeking out right now.
Well, we don't see her. Little shitty kitty. So I guess I should start with trigger warnings, guys. Explicit content. Also, because I am getting a lot of information from All Things Interesting, I am going to say under the fairy...
You gotta read it like this. You have to. This is Little Bundy Foo Foo. You gotta do it high pitch. No, I want to do it like this. I want to do it. Then do it. I'll do it. Under the fair use, another author may make limited use of the original author's work without asking permission pursuant to 17 U.S. Code 107. Certain uses of copyright material for purposes you're screwing me up. For purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, including multiple copies for classroom, scholarship, or research is not an infringement of copyright.
Okay, I'm done messing around.
Okay.
Yeah, when we take our break, I got a lot of ideas for vocals and stuff like that on some ads and everything.
Scooping up the college girls and bopping them on the head.
Little Bundy Foo Foo.
Now I got bad images in my head. I sound like
Put the wait.
Put the lotion in the basket. Put the fucking lotion in the
basket. Mister, please don't do this.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
Hold on. Which one is it?
The center one right here.
This one? You do it.
Would you fuck me?
I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me hard. Goodbye, horses.
Oh, my makeup's coming off.
Now it's stuck in my head.
Oh, shit balls. Hey. Hi.
Hey, how are you doing? Oh, it's it's Sykes. I was like, David Grancor. I was like, hey, Sykes, what's up, man?
Hello. It puts the lotion in the basket.
It puts the lotion in the basket or it gets the hose again.
Wait.
Puts the lotion on the stick.
It puts the lotion in the basket. It puts the lotion in the basket or it gets the hose again.
This is not okay.
Oh, God.
We need a squirrel. We need a squirrel hand puppet too.
I didn't have to go into like screeching black metal, but I did. And I threw my vocals out real fast.
Never fear, Sykes is here. Yeah, the funny part is, at one point, he actually thought that he had turned into the squeaky one, but that was actually my laugh.
That's actually my laugh right there. I could, yeah.
Ooh! All right.
That's
Wait till I can change my voice too.
That's razzles.
What's up? Yeah, I need a squirrel. Or I need to just get a squirrel onesie. And then I get to do the gray squirrle, shake your bushy tail. Gray squirrel.
There was a squirrel today that was like cussing out the dogs.
Sprinkle up your little nose, crack a nut between your toes.
Why would you crack nuts between your toes?
Shake your bushy tail.
If you guys like us swirling on this, you should go check out Outlight Podcast, and especially You Can't Sit With Us podcast on Outlight. It's going to be on Spotify soon, and then You Can't Sit With Us is on Spotify and all that stuff.
Oh shit! It's really warm now.
What did Sykes say?
You said Hexus. That last one almost sounded like a deathcore singer.
Boo! I'm not into deathcore.
When did the Alvin and the Chipmunks go dark?
Little Bundy Foo Foo.
I could probably do it.
Okay, I think we need to get on with this.
Hey! All right, let's do this. Let's do this, guys.
Joey. Little Bundy Foo Foo was in Utah.
We actually stopped at Bundy's victims in Utah and Colorado and Idaho. So we're going to go over a little bit of stuff.
I'm not the hoe.
Whatever. We're going to go over some stuff that we already touched base on. Partially because I forgot where we were. So after Ott and Nosland, which we did talk about earlier, they were the two the first two that he got from Lake Sammamish.
I still can't get past how one thing, I mean, I will say this, and it's actually tasteless to say this, but Bundy had taste. He did. His victims were absolutely gorgeous. And it sucks because
Calvin!
Hi, Calvin! But yeah, it sucks because they weren't able to live their lives after what he did and everything like that. But his victims were gorgeous.
Okay.
Sorry, I just saw the pictures again and I was like, wow.
So after Ott and Nosland vanished from Lake Sammamish, the disappearance of young women in the Pacific Northwest stopped abruptly. Having been accepted into the University of Utah for law, Bundy went to Salt Lake City in August of 74, and it didn't take long for him to start picking up bad habits again. So in October of 74, Bundy attacked Nancy Wilcox. She was a 16-year-old cheerleader who went out to buy a pack of gum and vanished. Witnesses later thought they had seen her riding in a Volkswagen Bug.
It's always the Volkswagen Bug. Because the wheels on the Bug go round and round.
That's Rhonda Stapley, by the way, right now.
Oh, yeah. She's saying that to us right now, not to me. To me, I'm sorry, guys.
Can I get a whoa, Bundy?
Whoa!
Not like that. That's from
Wait.
Married with Children.
Oh, I don't remember that part. I don't.
When he'd get the whole family to go, whoa, Bundy.
That's right. I love Married with Children. I know that's hard for me to, or it's not believable because I just said, "What the hell is that from?"
I used to have a No Ma'am shirt. I need to get one again.
Yeah.
Because I am not Amazonian, so I can do it.
You know, I was watching it earlier. I know it's another squirrel moment. Was the episode of Roseanne where Jackie got beat up by her boyfriend and Dan went and took care of him.
Dan was awesome.
Dan was the shit on that show. I loved Roseanne.
I had a huge crush on
Dan. He was very much what the father should be, you know, in like family
is that weird?
Units. Dan?
That I had a huge crush on him.
Oh, absolutely not. He was a great. John Goodman's
I had a big crush
good
on John Goodman.
John Goodman is rugged as fuck. I mean, if I was a chick, I'd have a huge crush on him. He's a big dude.
I like funny big dudes.
He's funny and he's big and everything like that. I'm only like 5 foot nothing. I have no. I'm not. You're
a foot tall. Okay, if you're 5 foot nothing, then I'm what? 4 foot nothing.
I'm a big.
And
guy.
he can sing. Yes.
John Goodman.
Exactly.
Yes. Sorry. Squirrel moment. Squirrel. Where's Delphine?
I know. We just need her to like pop up on the screen with a squirrel.
I think that should be our requirement for Delphine from now on in the PBC Collective. No matter what show we're doing, when it's time when we scroll out, any one of us, we have to pop her up, and it has to be live. You know, we don't. She'll just get in there with a
right
squirrel.
Right now,
puppet.
it's the Bundy Foo Foo.
Yep. All right.
So on October 11th, Bundy approached Rhonda Stapley. Stapley was a first-year pharmacy student waiting for a bus to take her back to the University of Utah, and Bundy offered her a ride. Bundy took her to Big Cotton Canyon, where he repeatedly strangled and raped her. The only reason that she got away is that Bundy turned his back on her at one point.
Oh, yeah.
And it gave her the chance to run for her life and escape by jumping into the river.
Oh, was it Bundy that said the first time you think of everything, and then by the 20th time of killing someone, you're like,
you don't care anymore.
No, it's not you don't care. It's like, oh, crap, I left my keys back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of contacting authorities, she hid her story for nearly 40 years for fear of being ridiculed and blamed. And she didn't actually tell anybody until 2011.
That was an issue back then, too. Not believing the victims, you know.
So
major issue.
She later recalled in an interview, I believe she was on Dr. Phil. I was afraid that people would treat me differently if they knew what happened. I wanted to put it behind me and get on with my life, pretend it never happened.
A lot of rape victims don't come forward because of that. They want it to go away is what it is.
Well, I mean, I don't blame them.
I know. I don't blame them either. It's a terrible thing that happens to them, and they need to have.
Well, and then it sucks going through the trial.
You have to face them and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Everything. Several serial killers have gotten off on their first trials because their victims never showed up. Like their victims that they didn't kill. William Bonham was one of them. One of the boys he didn't kill but raped didn't show up or something like that to the first trial, and he just got away with it.
So now we're going to talk about Melissa Ann Smith and Laura Ann Eam. We did touch base on this one, yes. So the rape victims were blamed in the past. I mean, honestly, they still are blamed a lot now.
Oh yeah,
I guess I'll tell part of a personal story. When I was a kid, my mom's ex-husband was a child molester. I went on the stand against him. If you could catch my drift there. And at the time I was 14 up on the stand. But I was curvy and I was in good shape. And the lawyer literally started in with well, look at you. You don't look like a child.
The whole logic of you shouldn't be dressed like that should just. And
I'm like, the
first time that someone says that ever should be punched right in the face.
I ended up telling them, I was like, okay, you're right. I don't look like a child right now, but I didn't look like this when I was 4, 5, 6, 7. So don't even start that.
David brings up, Sykes brings up, Hexus. Just think of children bedtime stories, black metal version. That's actually
black metal little bunny foo foo.
Well, think about it this way, Sykes. A lot of black metal is folk tales and children's stories. I mean, look at Gorgoroth. It's named after. He's the band is named after stuff from Tolkien. Freaking Emperor. I Am the Black Wizard. It's all from Tolkien.
Actually, it's I Am the Black Wizards.
I am the Black Wizard.
No, you have to add the S.
Oh God, dude, that album is so good.
Thank you, Del.
Thank you, Delphine.
And you know what? I put him in prison.
Yay.
Sorry.
Oh.
Thank you.
Then you have I can't think of the other band right now.
Yes, he was.
Carpathian Forest with Through Chasm Caves and Titan Woods. I love the name of that album. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. We're talking about the trial you went through, and I'm all like black metal.
Oh yeah, they're very dark, and I love them.
Yeah, the fairy tales are just fucking awesome.
That's such a good album.
But
dude, yes.
The Wild Hunt is the reason for black metal vocals.
We've already gone through this, and we were talking about Bundy.
Sykes know. Just letting them know. Okay?
But yes, Deicide, Once Upon a Cross, fucking great album.
That's a good album. I actually like the newer Deicide too. It's not bad at all.
I like the old stuff where you could hear some of the double vocal and stuff like
Once
that.
upon the cross, yeah.
The double. I was a sucker for double.
And people
vocals.
were like, "Oh my god, look at him! He's possessed by the devil. That's how he's able to do it." He laid 2 tracks down. That's how he does it. And then live, he just has great vocals. I mean, freaking. I cannot think of his name.
I like Beharit too.
Beharit's fucking rad.
Because of what was it? Solomon's Gate.
Yeah, Beharit's fucking rad. I've been listening to
Drawing Down the Moon.
Oh, I've been listening to Tomb Mold lately, a new band. I just discovered it.
We're never gonna get through Bundy.
Sorry,
guys. We're just never gonna get through Bundy because we like music too much.
Yep. I just like old school death metal, man. That's my favorite. Old school
like
black metal,
black metal,
atmospheric black metal. Dude, I will nerd up on that. And then don't get me started on it.
Thank you.
And then the Metallica, all those Metallica, Godzilla.
Don't get
black
me started
metal,
on Metallica,
death metal.
guys. Please,
yeah,
please. For
I
the love
fucking
of God,
love all of that.
For the love of God, don't get him started on Metallica. Please. All right, so we're gonna no Gojira.
The band or the monster? I mean, the band is no bueno for me. Sorry. I mean, they're good.
Okay.
Sorry, but they're not for me.
Melissa Ann Smith.
Melissa Ann Smith, you will listen to me.
What? God damn it.
Sorry.
Usually I can rein him in, guys. I can't.
Can't rein this in. What?
So what? Don't even look. Don't even look at the comment.
Yeah, we'll have a talk about this, Sykes. I'm going to call you up here in a little while. I'm going to head down the riverside and have a talk with you, sir. Okay, we got to get on this.
First 4 albums, by the way. Okay, 1 week later, Melissa
I will agree with him
Smith.
on that. I do. At least he didn't put the Black Album in with that. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's do this.
Thank you. That blip 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 blip. La 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 la. 1 week later, Melissa Ann Smith, 17. She disappeared. She was actually the daughter of the police chief. This is one of the things that got him really fucked over. Because he just wasn't.
He was in Berserk. The thing with Bundy is he went
0 to
Berserk.
60, like
he went 0 to Berserk. He didn't care. He had to get his fix. That was the thing. He was very much an addict with this stuff. So he had no choice.
Wasn't she
Not no choice.
The one
he had a choice
that he lured by saying that he was a police officer?
I think so. It could be.
So
no, the one he lured by a police saying as a police officer got away. That's how she was able to tell the story about it.
Okay. So she disappeared after meeting a friend at a pizza parlor. She planned to walk home, pick up some clothes, and then head to the friend's house for a slumber party, but she never made it home. Her body was found 9 days later in Summit Park, in the mountains that are east of Salt Lake City. On Halloween, the same year, he struck again. 17-year-old Laura Ann Aim disappeared on the night of October 31st after leaving a cafe. Her family didn't even realize that she was missing for another few days. Hikers found her frozen body in the mountains about a month later.
Oh, wow.
So now we're getting into November of 74. Carol Duranch and Debbie Kent. On November 8th, 1974, this would prove to be a crucial event when it came to the eventual capture and conviction of Bundy. So this is the one right here that he posed as a police officer. So first posing as a police officer named Roseland, Bundy approached Carol Duranch at the Fashion Place Mall in Murray, Utah. He told the 18-year-old girl her car was broken into and she needed to go to the police station. Trusting his story, she got into the car willingly. But she quickly noticed something was wrong. They didn't drive towards the police station, and Bundy's friendly demeanor quickly shifted to a very cold, blank stare. When she asked him what he was doing, he didn't answer. She kept telling him, "You're going the wrong way," and he just kept looking forward. "This isn't the way to the police station," looking forward. "What the hell are you doing?" looking forward. That kind of shit. So he managed to force her wrists into a pair of handcuffs and threatened her with a gun. She actually broke out of the car and ran for her life while handcuffed. She found refuge with a couple driving nearby who brought her to the police station. She said she couldn't find Roseland's face in any of their books of mugshots. And actually, on Netflix, there is an interview with her.
Oh, on the Bundy tapes?
The Conversation with a Killer, the Bundy tapes.
Which is a very good series. I recommend going and watching the Bundy tapes and the Dahmer tapes.
The Dahmer tapes are much better than the show.
Don't
get me wrong, the show was good.
The show was good until episode 5.
Seven.
No. 6 was okay. 7, yeah, that's when he just got yep.
That's when it was just flat out lies.
Yeah, but go listen. The Bundy tapes are freaking rad. And the Dahmer tapes are extremely accurate because it's all Dahmer, and it completely contradicts the show.
Well, there was a point where he goes, and sorry to go off on a tangent on Dahmer, but one of the things that I found interesting was because that episode with Tony Hughes, the deaf guy, the episode makes it seem like they were going on dates. They were really courting each other. He had curbed his appetite for killing for the time being, and then he suddenly felt abandoned again when he needed to go to work.
Yeah, the reality.
And the reality of it was
he hammered him over the head immediately when he walked into the house.
And then during the interview, he said, "Who?
Oh,
the deaf guy."
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible to. It
was a really touching episode.
It was a really touching episode, and what they did was they completely took away from the reality of it. Is at the moment that was toward the end of his killings, and he was just there to
he was berserk.
He was berserk. He was just there to get bodies and stuff.
I want to say Tony's one of the ones he ate.
I'm pretty sure he ate a lot of them. Actually, it wasn't. And then but yeah, sorry.
But anyway, let's get back on to Ted Bundy.
Fast,
we probably should do a commercial. Guys, we're going to go to commercial. Let me make sure I'm not in the middle of a sentence. Okay. There we go. We will be right back once I find the commercial.
Oh, yep.
What? I know. We'll be right back.
you beautiful people out there. It's your boy Sloopy. And when I'm not guzzling down gallons and gallons of amazing ice cream, yes, oh, I love ice cream. Oh, hang on. I'm watching PBDC TV. Now, back to the show, all you beautiful people. And remember, stay nasty.
All right.
So December 15th.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna have the. No, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say real fast. December 15th, guys. We actually have the Krampus Society coming on, and they are a nonprofit.
Krampus Society.
Yes, Ohio Krampus Society, and they're gonna be on for our Krampus knock, and it's gonna be educational. It's gonna be awesome.
They're going to be. They take donations this year for WAGS, which is a. They donate to a children's. Susan, how about a little help here? I know it has to do with children, but
they donate to get children away from Krampus. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I can't remember exactly what WAGS does right now because my brain is not working.
But
yeah,
December 15th.
We will have the link on how to donate to them if you would like. Because they do this as a regular thing. This is awesome.
Yeah, they get all Austrian, like the Austrians do with like how they get all dressed up as Krampus and then go out and all this other stuff. It's freaking awesome.
Well, I'm excited to be a Yule lad.
I'm excited to just go in there and talk
Service dogs for disabled kids. Thank you. Are they Guatemalan children?
Raza!
What's up? That's, you know what? I need Susan, send the link to Megan.
Oh,
by the way.
Yeah.
For WAGS. Because she could use it.
Yep.
Anyway. Okay, so now a few hours after he tried to kidnap Derange, he approached Debbie Kent.
Did he? Is this the one where he failed twice, or he failed once and succeeded once?
He failed once and succeeded once.
So he's 1 for 1 that night. So fucked up to stay that way.
So this was after a high school play in Bountiful, Utah. He succeeded in abducting her. Her parents refused to turn off their home porch light ever.
That is the sad one.
Since the disappearance.
I think her parents all of them are still alive.
If they're still alive today, they're still doing it. But in an interview about 22 years ago, which doesn't feel like it's 22 years ago.
It's weird.
In 2000, we always left the porch light on when we went out at night. And the last one home always turned it off. Kent's mother said in 2000 in an interview. I will never turn it off as long as I'm here. I will never turn it off. But despite kidnapping and killing Kent, Bundy left behind a clue in the parking lot, a key that matched the handcuffs that Derange escaped with earlier that day. So this is one of the pivotal points to which they are getting closer to figuring out who it is. The police were unable to connect Bundy to Kent and other similar kidnappings. Derange would play a pivotal role in Bundy's conviction in 1976. Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Yay.
I know she's been looking for something like that.
There's a
shitty kitty underneath us.
At our feet.
Don't look my toes, asshole.
Our shitty kitty is polydactyl, and she's rad, but she's also a shitty kitty.
Sorry, guys.
She meows at us. Like in a very deep meow that you would not expect coming out of her.
She's so tiny, and she has the deepest meow. I love it.
She has, in between her thumb, there's like 2 extra claws. It's like her poison claws. It's so neat.
It's like what is it? The beaver.
And when you're playing video games back here, because our setup is in this room too for video games, she doesn't stop licking your fingers while you're playing games. Like on the controller, it's like she's like, "Oh, I need to make sure you can game properly, Hexes, and I'm gonna lick your fingers while you're doing this."
By the way, there's a commercial on our notes right now for radioactive fruit.
Oh, the bananas things! I saw that earlier. if you eat 40,000
eating bananas will expose you to less radiation than what is known as background radiation.
They were like talking about it like somewhere, and it was like, if you eat 40,000 bananas, it'll help you out. And they're like, yeah, but you'll be dead by the time you're done eating 40,000.
Potassium overdose.
Yeah.
Yay, shitty kitty.
Her name is Bella, actually. But
Belladonna.
every now and then she becomes a shitty kitty.
Her name is Belladonna. Thank you. Okay, so let's go back. Go back. So he left. Hey, Tia.
Hi, Tia.
He left a clue, which was the handcuff that matched Duranch's handcuffs. Handcuff key, rather. Yeah. So again, the police were unable to connect Bundy to Kent and some other similar kidnappings, but Duranch would play a pivotal role in the conviction in 1976 when her testimony.
Sorry, testimony. Hey, you don't like the testimony? You gonna get it in the testimony? Yeah, that Sicilian just came out right there, didn't it? Why you know like the testimony? You gonna snitch on me? I snitch on you. You know like a little Wendigo, I ain't becoming a Wendigo.
Damn it, we were never gonna say that live.
Sorry.
I allow him to say that as a Sicilian.
You allow me.
As a Sicilian, I allow him to say that word. Okay, anyway. Again, she identified him as the man who kidnapped and assaulted her. He was sentenced to prison in Utah for a minimum of 1 to a maximum of 15 years.
Natalie.
Shh, no pillow talk.
Why you do look at that?
I do this when I make it the spaghetti.
The spaghetti.
How did freaking
I don't know. It was annoying.
What is her name?
Not Gianna Michaels. Gianna Michaels is fun.
No. Her name is
an awesome porn star, but
Gianna.
Oh, one of those celebrity chefs.
She does the semi-home cooked meals, and she calls spaghetti something weird.
Spaghetti. That. Like it's nothing but American accent the entire time. And she tries to say, "Well, I was born in Sicily,
in Italy,
but she basically was born there and then brought to the U.S.
She might as well have been born on a cruise ship."
Look,
okay?
Alex Garnaschelli and Elton Brown. Those are my two. Alton Brown. Sorry, those guys. They're my favorites. Those are the ones I like to watch.
Well, we know why you like to watch Alex Garnaschelli.
I have a thing for the Italian chicks. I'm sorry.
With big butts.
Oh dear God, you have no idea.
I do actually.
Oh, you do. You have.
I do.
I like Sicilians and I like Italians. I'm a Viking. That's what we do. We sell down your rivers and stuff like that, and then we pillage and stuff like that, and then we eat your pastas, and then we come back.
The village.
We pillage the pastas. The pastas.
Pastas.
I like it at tacos too.
Yeah, right. I love Hexus laughing in the background, reading the comments as I am describing murders and investigations.
Oh, you should.
It's what he does.
We try. I censor myself a lot on here, but
believe it or not, like this
when we're doing the actual podcast stuff. I mean, if you've seen Raz and me with this, we don't censor ourselves one bit.
You should have heard us.
Razzles and Frankers, man.
You should have heard us when we went to go eat today.
What did I say? Oh, you want to tell the story about the T-Mobile thing real fast?
Okay, so guys, we're gonna get off track for a second, but it was funny as hell. So I called T-Mobile because I need a new SIM card. And
yeah, we don't.
By the way, I'm on the account. I've been given all kinds of permissions.
I'm the priority on it.
He's the main person on the account. And I was like, so hey, I need a new SIM card. Can you guys send it to us? Or well, we need you and the main person on the account to come in. And I was
you just need a man to talk to this for me?
I was like, what the fuck?
She calls me up when I'm working. And I was all, gee, I sure do have a small woman brain. I can't think. I grind the gears on automatic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, babe.
I was like, is this kind of like in the 70s when like women still couldn't leave the hospital unless their husband came to pick them up. Like, am I just like, oh my goodness, I got the vapors.
Why is she
I can't do this on my own.
I'm super thirsty right now. I'm just gonna pull down my pants and pee and drink my pee.
Like
stuff like that. And like it was like, babe, I'm just the main person on the account. She wasn't trying to be mean or anything. He wasn't trying to be mean or anything like that.
With my small woman brain, I'm not allowed to go do things by myself without my man.
I might run into the train that's 5 miles away from here. I'm prone to wandering the streets without my man with me. I have a small woman brain. I can't think good for myself.
And I was like, I'm supposed to be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen right now?
What am I supposed to be doing? I'm just gonna go home and fix the vittles and everything for the children, and then put myself over the conveyor belt and push more children out. We literally were doing this in the line at Victor's Mexican Grill today, and the girl in front of us and the one behind us, they were hoity-toity, highfalutin types, and they were getting so mad.
They're so annoying.
And the chick behind us like started pronouncing like barbacoa and chili verde in the most non-Hispanic way possible because of what we were doing.
Because I was talking about the one time that we went to a Mexican food restaurant, and my mom's husband so he got up there and he was like, I want 2 carne asada tacos. I would like al pastor and some carnitas. And they were like,
horchata.
And he goes, just out of nowhere, he's like, horchata.
And they were like, yeah, they spit on our food.
And he was like, I have no clue where that came from.
Yes, you did. You're being a dick.
It just took me over.
What was that? That was like Tacos Mexico.
Taqueria de Anda.
I can never pronounce that one right.
Taqueria de Anda.
I don't pronounce chili verde properly or that.
And that was the whole conversation because he says chili verde. And I was like, chili verde.
Chili verde.
Verde.
No, you always add the TH in there. I was like, there's no TH. Chili verde. Okay.
Okay, so by the way, you guys just experienced a moment in the life of how we are all the time.
That went on for like 25 minutes because the line was long.
We're all guacamole. Salsa.
And then I was like, doesn't salsa mean party? And you're like, it means sauce. I was like, well, what means party? That they bring all the spices together. And like you can hear them breathing. Like the chick in front of us is all and this is a white chick in front of us.
I almost asked her about her extensions. They were actually quite nice. I could just tell they were extensions. I was going to ask where she got them, but I figured she'd think I was insulting her at this point. So.
Oh, and then she's like, we were ordering food, and the best part is like she's like, do you want the lady with the way Victor's is set up? It's kind of like this. It's kind of like a Subway version of.
It's like Chipotle.
It's Chipotle, but it's like higher class Chipotle. It's really good. But like we get over to the cilantro and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I don't like cilantro. It tastes like soap. And then I was like, what's? We go over further down. I was like, what's in this green stuff right here? And they're like, oh, it's our cilantro ranch sauce. I was like, yeah, I want that. She's like,
and she looked at him.
She looked at me. I was like, look, a little bit of cilantro is fine. I was like, but when you add too much of it, it tastes like soap. I was like, so I hate having fresh cilantro on my burritos and stuff like that and tacos. I fucking hate it. But a little bit in like sauce and stuff like that is actually not bad.
Ardilla. Squirrel.
Oh,
in Spanish. Oh, Hexes and Aka are my favorite people on the face of the planet. I say Verte.
Too. The Arkansas side of me the Arkansas Missouri side of me comes out real big when it comes to like Hispanic.
He's only
words.
been like once.
I've only been I'm saying it's in the blood. All right, let's get on.
Okay. Back to talking serious. Really bad. Let's play a commercial. So I can stop smiling and laughing.
Ted Bundy murdered people and raped their dead bodies.
We're gonna play a damn commercial. We'll be right back.
Some of the bodies are old.
Miller is a qualified psychic and spiritual medium who gives accurate psychic readings through a range of mediums. She is a professional consultant who uses her intuition to offer guidance to all of her clients, encouraging them to move in a positive direction and face the challenges that may lie ahead of them. She is also certified Reiki Grandmaster and Shaman. Follow her on Facebook or YouTube each week for her weekly free live readings.
This is Professor Edgar Fluffosaurus from Spooky Tales with Steve the Cat, and when I'm not hosting Monster Chat or knocking down small Japanese cities, I'm watching PBDC TV. Now back to the show.
You actually know what we need to watch when we're done here? Weird the Al Yankovic story. We still have not watched
Weird
that.
the Al?
Weird the Al Yankovic story is what it's called.
Oh, okay.
It's called Weird.
I was like, Weird the Al? I was like,
Weird the Al.
There's
By the
Shitty
way,
Kitty!
Yeah, there she is, being a shitty kitty right now. Got it! She's on, I'm done. Screw you guys. By the way,
the giggles. Yay! Hi,
Stephen P. Kitty Cat.
Let's get back to the show. Starts to laugh.
Actually, what I said earlier, when Ted Bundy would lay with the bodies that were dead for a month, it was actually inaccurate. He would, if months and months after the bodies were killed, he would go back to them, and do their hair, do their fingernails. No joke.
Yep.
Sorry. Yay.
So let's talk about Karen Eileen Campbell, January of 1975. Bundy wasn't arrested for a DeRange kidnapping until October of 1975, giving him ample time to continue killing. After a pause in his activities, maybe the escape that DeRange made kind of freaked him out a little bit. He resumed his killing spree in January of 1975. This time operating in Colorado. Bundy kidnapped 23-year-old Karen Campbell in a hotel in Aspen. She was a registered nurse, and she was just in town to attend a medical convention and ski. On the night of January 12th, she left her fiancé and his children at the hotel lobby to grab a magazine from their room and then vanished without a trace.
By the way, Bundy was an avid skier too. That is very accurate. He loved skiing. Absolutely loved it.
Part it down the middle?
Bundy's victims always parted their hair down the middle.
I don't.
I do. When my hair's down.
He probably would have tried to tackle you.
No, he was a pussy actually when it came to stuff like that.
Hey,
Hi, Sven! By the way, that audiobook you sent me, Sven, is freaking awesome. He sent it to me last Sunday.
Awesome.
I was going to show it to you and I forgot.
I'm sure I have a message that I haven't been able to check out. It just would not load on my phone. On March of 75, Julie Cunningham, 26-year-old Colorado ski instructor, went to meet her roommate at a local bar. Bundy approached her and pretended to ask for help with his crutches before kidnapping her. And in April of 75, Denise Lynn Oliverson, after a fight with her husband in Grand Junction, Colorado, she jumped on her bike and headed for her parents' house. She was 24. She never made it to her parents' house. Investigators later found her bicycle under a viaduct. May of 75, Lynette Culver, one of Bundy's youngest victims, actually. Culver was 12 years old when Bundy abducted her in Pocatello, Idaho, on May 6th. He had spotted her earlier that day playing, on the playing fields of Alameda Junior High. This is brutal, guys. I'm just going to warn you. He raped her. He murdered her in the hotel bathtub and then threw her into the river, and her body was never found. In June of 75, Susan Curtis. So, like many of Bundy's victims, Curtis disappeared from a college campus. She was only 15 at the time of her abduction. She had left a Mormon youth conference at BYU, which is Brigham Young University. She lived in the same neighborhood and attended the same school as Debbie Kent. So, in his grouping of violent murders, Bundy almost forgot about Susan. In fact, she was the last person that Bundy confessed to killing when he abruptly asked for a tape recorder on his way to execution. And her body has still not been found.
The only time Bundy confessed was the last 3 days of his life.
Hey!
Hi, Shelby! Hey, I saw that you messaged me the other day. Sorry, I've been real busy with working and doing stuff on here with research and everything. So just want to let you know I saw it. I just haven't gotten around to checking a lot of my messages lately.
So now we're going to talk about his victims in Florida. So in August of 75, law enforcement finally caught up with Bundy and discovered masks, handcuffs, blunt weapons, all in the car during a routine traffic stop. So they were very suspicious, but they had a lack of evidence other than that stuff. So they placed him under surveillance. They tracked down his Volkswagen, which he had sold to a teenage boy, found physical evidence tying him to several of the missing women. Then his escaped victim, Carol DeRanch, identified him from a lineup on October 2nd. The events that followed are almost too ridiculous to be true. But they are true. Bundy was convicted for the DeRanch kidnapping and sentenced in June of 76, escaped a year later by jumping out of a second-story courthouse window, was recaptured 6 days later, and then escaped from prison by cutting through a hole in the ceiling on December 30th, 1977.
Yep, that's
Bundy proceeded to hop around from Colorado to Chicago to Michigan to Atlanta and ultimately to Florida, where his gruesome crimes would continue.
Now, this is where they actually believe that more than likely his numbers went up a lot.
More than what he's even confessed to.
Yeah, because he went from state to state to state to state before they finally found him in Florida, which I think he killed like another 4 or 5 in Florida. or 4 victims in Florida.
Yeah. So January 78, Margaret Elizabeth Bowman and Lisa Levy. These are ones you probably know the names of already. Once in Florida, Bundy committed his most violent crime yet. Filled with an undeniable urge to kill, he broke into a Florida State University sorority house where several young students slept in the early hours of January 15th. In less than 15 minutes, Bundy turned the sorority house into a living hell. He snuck into the bedroom of 21-year-old Margaret Bowman and bludgeoned her to death with a piece of firewood. He then proceeded to the room of Lisa Levy, who was 20, beat her, strangled her, tore off one of her nipples, bit deeply into her left butt cheek.
Now that's where a lot of people who are in love with serial killers, especially
getting his tattoo.
They'll get his teeth marks tattooed on their where was it at again?
Left ass cheek.
Left ass cheek. Yeah, they'll do that every time.
Yep.
I'm like, why would you
like,
want
you're
that?
disgusting. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then raped her with a bottle of hairspray. Yeah. Karen Chandler and Kathy Kleiner.
Were they the one? I think they were the ones that lived.
Well,
but...
so yeah, unsatisfied, Bundy went to attack Bowman and Levy's housemates, who are Karen Chandler and Kathy Kleiner. Kleiner would later recall seeing a black mass. I couldn't even see that it was a person. I saw the club, saw him lift it over his head, saw him slam it on me. That's what I remember most. Him lifting the club and bringing it down on me. You can actually see that again. This one is she shares her story amid criticism of the Netflix show. And she went on CBSN.
Criticism?
Yeah, because people were criticizing that the show was even on.
What? I mean...
On Netflix. But, so she came on and told her story.
Okay, I mean, I get her saying it because she was one of the victims.
She wasn't criticizing it.
Oh, she wasn't?
No. She said...
Oh!
This was amid criticism of the Netflix one.
Oh, I was going to say...
She came on and told her story and said these people need to know this.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that's kind of weird for a victim to criticize it, especially someone who survived.
But she didn't.
Those tapes and everything were so accurate. It was just... They were brutal.
So, Bundy may have added Chandler and Kleiner to his list of victims, but if not for the headlights that flashed through the windows of the sorority house, their sorority sister, Nita Neary, had just arrived home. So...
Shady Kitty's getting into stuff.
Yeah, she's always getting into stuff. Neary would go on to provide eyewitness testimony against Bundy. And both Chandler and Kleiner lived, but suffered permanent injuries. So basically, at one point, Kleiner mistakenly told the paramedics that she had been shot in the face. Just because she was stunned and in shock, and I guess that's just how it felt at the time.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know, to bring up last podcast on the left, Henry Zabrowski actually went and visited the sorority. Yeah. And if you go to there's a sorority too, because there's a whole trail behind it that he actually snuck up on, and you can go visit the trail. That sorority, if they find out you're there just to be there to visit because of the killings, they kick you out immediately.
Good.
Like, yeah, they have a lot of people who go there to visit because like a lot of people go and visit like murder sites and stuff like that.
Yeah. So here's some good news. Despite the life-scarring encounter, Kleiner went on to marry, start a family, and refused to define herself as who she was. She didn't want to be defined as the girl who survived a serial killer. So Kleiner says that if anything, the experience made her stronger. So she said, it made me stronger. It gave me more to live for. And it taught me nobody's going to put me down.
That's good because there's a lot of people. And again, I'm not knocking victims who can't get past certain things because this stuff it's
traumatizing. It's
very traumatizing. But for someone to say, no, I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to, let this person's fear rule, this person give me this fear and roll the rest of my life,
Yeah. So Bundy wasn't done in Florida on his rampage.
Oh, no.
After failing to kill some of his victims, he proceeded to break into the nearby apartment of 21-year-old FSU student Cheryl Thomas. Thomas escaped with her life because her neighbor heard the noise, but she suffered permanent deafness, and it ended her dancing career.
Yeah, she lost balance. She has no
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium. His last victim is, I think this is his last victim.
Yes,
right here.
Kimberly Leach, February of 78. And this is a sad one. This is the 12-year-old.
This was one of those moments where he had that urge to do it, and he couldn't stop himself.
With the police on his tail.
Not that he tried to stop himself at all. Anyway.
Ted Bundy killed one more time. He murdered Kimberly Leach, a 12-year-old. He kidnapped Leach from her school in Lake City, Florida on February 9th of 1978. And she was just heading to meet a friend, and they were going to go head to class together. 2 months later, her body was found 35 miles away in Shawnee River State Park. Sewanee River State Park. Ted Bundy's capture and trial. Despite the appalling violence of his murderous spree in Florida, Bundy was captured by sheer chance. A police officer named David Lee noticed Bundy driving erratically on February 15th and pulled him over, discovering that his Volkswagen Beetle was stolen. More importantly, he also found Bundy in the possession of the IDs of several women.
She wants a. I'll let her out in a second.
Really?
I'm gonna go let her out, and then she's not gonna go out.
Shitty kitty?
Yeah. Ow. Oh my god.
Well, I'll keep reading.
I told you.
So
look, I go to let her out, and she goes right over here.
Hi, shitty kitty. So this was the end for Ted Bundy. His arrest. There's the shitty kitty. His arrest led to his conviction, sentenced to death 3 times. The next several years saw a slow trickle of confessions that confirmed what police had long expected, along with some surprises. In 1989, Ted Bundy was executed with the electric chair. While the serial killer confessed to murdering 3 women. 30 rather. Sorry. You don't know, because we really don't know how many he really killed.
We're out of water. Sorry.
Sorry. Sven, that's why every lady should have some big metal nuts in her purse.
Yeah.
Or a lock and chain.
Or
which I totally don't carry.
CCW, please.
Right?
Yeah.
Some even suspect that he began murdering as a teenager even.
I don't think so. I think he was scorned. But he was definitely a freaking psychopath from the start. But
he was definitely a psychopath. He actually had no frontal lobe damage when they
none.
looked at his brain.
But I think he was. I think it happened right when he was scorned by that his ex-girlfriend, and then he went on a 6-year.
Sorry.
6 years trying to try to get her back, and then he got her back, and then he immediately ghosted her when she wanted to marry him, and that was that.
Couch machete.
And then that's when he was because all the vast majority of his victims look like her. So.
We have a couch hippo. Does that count?
Yes, we have a couch mastiff actually.
She's a couch hippo.
So
it's like right there. Ted Bundy's victims that we do know of were young women in the prime of their life. Considering his heinous crimes, the judge presiding over Bundy's case summed up the killer aptly. Extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile.
They say how Texas doesn't fuck around when it comes like murder trials and stuff like that. Florida really doesn't fuck around. Like, not one bit.
Also, all the stuff in Florida is open.
Yep. And
that's all the notes that we have for the night.
That's it.
I thought we were going to go way over, but we didn't.
No.
Yeah.
So, did you see Shelby said she's going on?
Oh, nice!
That's awesome.
Have fun. Where are you going?
Yeah.
Mexico? Or?
Susan says that's sad, but I'm glad they survived.
Yeah, talking
it
about
is.
Klein and
Yep. Mark Limbo, what's going on?
that draft needs a cough drop. Yes, I do.
Yeah. And we're about to end, so we can go to bed. I am exhausted.
I like my ears. I gotta fix my little doodly bops.
But
I don't- what are these called, guys? On a draft?
the horns?
They're not horns.
They have horns,
They're not really horns.
but
What are the little doodly bops
thank you,
called?
Razzles.
Thank you.
Mexico and Caribbean. Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. That's gonna be fun. Bring me back some peach tequila.
Oh,
The peach
I love a good margarita. I love margaritas. I don't know what it is about them. They're so good.
Usually when you go on those, you can go on the tequila factory tour.
Dude, when you go to those badass Mexican restaurants and they have the Cadillac margaritas and they give you an extra shot of tequila with it, it's so good.
Yeah, but not if it's crappy tequila.
I don't know I can deal with it. I don't care. I'm sorry that your margaritas cost $5,000 a piece.
Head knobs.
$5,000 a piece, and that you really get upset with T-Mobile agents who tell you can't do something
Because I'm a woman.
because of your small woman brain.
What are the
So
things on top?
I think there is a new Gold Radio coming Sunday, a brand new one, and then Monday Stephen P. Kitty Cat is back. Mikey's back on Tuesday with Out of the Ordinary. Then we have the You Can't Sit With Us podcast on Thursday. We are going to be finishing up
Ossicombs.
Ossicombs. They're not horns?
They're not horns.
Oh. We're going to be finishing up with the West Memphis 3, which that's finally we're done with the Satanic Panic stuff.
The reason they're not horns is because they are formed from ossicized or ossicized.
I have no idea what that is.
Bone, so hardened bone.
Okay.
And then it has cartilage there and skin over it. That's why they're called those. I'm not doing anything.
I know there's a static, so.
Well, have fun with that.
But so anyway, back to the house cleaning. Yeah, we're back.
He's on vacation next week.
Oh, vacation next week. Sorry, he's on vacation next week. Never mind.
I think he's done this year.
Are you done for the year, Stephen Bikini Cat, or do you have one more? The 12th.
Cool.
He'll be back the 12th.
Tia's going with Ivar to a hotel for Christmas.
Nice.
That's cool. Be back on the 12th. Nice.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you. At least somebody else.
One more.
One more.
Yeah, everything's starting to wind down here. Oh, and we have the Krampus Society on the 15th, December 15th. It's already December. Tomorrow?
Our landline got fried when lightning hit the house. They told me I didn't want to. I didn't. I was talking. Know what I was talking about, and have my husband call. Wow.
Oh wow.
I've actually been on the landline when lightning struck, and I threw the phone across the room.
There is
because it shocked me.
You don't want to be throwing copper when lightning strikes.
Yeah. I got shocked and threw it across the room.
Or I'm sorry, when lightning crashes. That's the name of the album.
I think they do, actually. They do. Let's look up Skull.
Where's Raz? Raz will laugh at that. That's one of his favorite albums.
Seriously, where would one get a draft onesie? My mother-in-law got this for me at Salvation Army. But it is Massimo brand, so it's from Target.
Yay.
Originally.
All right. It's not for bad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She was telling you to be nice.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. Have a wonderful night. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know, set the world I don't know,